Welcome to the Monday, April 20th edition of Uncapped Liquid Lunch. I just noticed it's 420. I
Me
guess
too.
I guess I guess dates and days don't mean anything anymore. Um, so today I'm joined by Brent Turner, one of the co-founders of Midnight Run Brewing in downtown Frederick. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Yeah, no problem, Chris. Thanks for having me.
So as I was just telling you, I broke out the Midnight Rum Pimp Chalice for this special occasion, and I'm drinking some of the Electric Monster Sweet Tart, which is absolutely delicious. I highly recommend people go check that one out. It is one of the best raspberry kettle sours I've had.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you pulling out the pimp glass. It's the 1 year anniversary chalice there.
There was no doubt in my mind that this is what I needed to drink out of.
I'm drinking a
A barley wine straight from a 25-ounce can.
no, I got it in a glass.
Okay.
But it's our the machine barley wine. It was actually canned on 320, so a month ago. Still tasted pretty good, actually.
Please tell me that's named after Bert Kreischer.
No, it's not. It's
Dang it.
actually a reference to the Pink Floyd song.
I guess that works too. But you
Yeah.
can at least humor me and tell me it's named after Bert Kreischer.
All right.
Just
Yeah,
lie.
it is.
Just lie to me.
Yeah, it's named after him. Yeah, there you go.
Actually, they were talking about Pink Floyd on Friday. Was it Friday? Sometime last week. I've days mean nothing, as I said before. On Elliot in the Morning, so I went on a Pink Floyd kick for
Nice.
the rest of the day. Loaded up a Apple Essentials playlist of which I think pretty much just encompassed every Pink Floyd song.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Um,
good. It's good tunes for right now what we're going through. So
have you ever? Did you ever see them live?
no, I've seen. I mean, I've seen the. Actually, I did. I saw Roger Waters live. I didn't see like the whole band, obviously, because they've been split up or had been split up for a while. David Gilmour, but they brought the huge pink elephant balloon out into the crowd, and it was pretty
Nice.
crazy.
So when I was, I want to say it was probably like 14 or 15. My cousin took me to the Vision Bell tour,
Oh, wow.
which which I think was probably their last big tour, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, I mean, that was one of their last albums that they released. I don't know too much about their late album history, but
But it was like, by far for production value the best concert I ever went to. Like
really,
it's crazy. If someone told me they weren't performing, I'd completely believe them because I mean, it sounded like it was just the album playing, but they had at least 100 people on the stage, like the
yep,
full like choir of people singing, but you could hardly ever see them because of all the stuff that's just going on the entire
yep.
concert. I mean, they had the pigs, they had I don't think they did the jet, because I know in one, yeah, they definitely didn't. But I remember someone telling me during like one of the early concerts, during that one song on the wall, they would actually crash a jet. Like, but I saw this one at Three River Stadium,
Oh,
and the I wish I could remember names of songs, but the song where there's the helicopter flying around, like it sounded like there was a helicopter about ready to land in Three River Stadium. It
just
was
the way the acoustic.
insane.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I'm sure. But at that point in their careers, they're just rolling. They're just
Why can't I read about it at one point? I believe it was like it was it was a lot of millions of dollars of equipment that they moved from city to city, and it took so long to set it up in each place that they had three stages leapfrogging throughout the tour.
oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's
So thankfully, I had an
that's
older cousin that
one of
took
the
me to
best in history.
um,
That's a
I
pretty
don't
cool
know.
experience.
People probably didn't.
Yeah,
It, it
I
was it
said
was amazing. It was so cool.
I said it was a pink elephant earlier. It was actually a pink pig. I remember now after you said that. It makes a whole lot
Hey,
more sense.
yeah, I knew what you meant. I didn't want to correct you though. I was trying to be nice.
Delirium.
Even though you crashed my dreams of the beer being named after Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
So here's something. We talked to Keith from Old Mother about this briefly, and I hadn't watched any episodes of it yet. Have you watched Brue Brothers on Netflix?
No, but my father-in-law actually sent me the link to it and was like, "Here, you got to watch this show. Got to check it out." I haven't seen it yet though. It looks like it's supposed to be funny. It's the guys that did what was that fantasy football show? Or at least
The
one.
League?
Yeah, the League, right? Isn't it the same
I
guy?
you know what? I didn't know. I never watched the League, but what I know of the League, this definitely seems like it's in that genre.
Yeah, it looks hilarious from what I've seen, but
It is 100% stupid. If you're looking for anything even remotely accurate to a brewery, I think that's why people are ragging on it so much.
right.
But if you just want to sit down, have a beer, completely turn your brain off,
Right.
and make sure you don't put any thought into it, it's pretty funny.
We'll have to check it out. I'll put it next on my list. It's definitely on there. Finishing out
I
a
mean, it's
show called Black Sails right now that I'm almost through, so that'll go up next.
not familiar with that.
It's a show about piracy, basically. It's on Stars. It's pretty cool if you're
Like,
interested in pirates and stuff like that.
all right, I'm gonna watch that now. I love pirates.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Tim. I really hope that's his name. He's a professor at Mount St. Mary's, and him and his wife are big into going to breweries. He's a history professor, and his wife runs the Instagram account Hoppy Black Lady.
Okay.
Um, he is also an expert on pirates. So I told him repeatedly, like, all I want to do is sit down, drink beer with him, and talk about pirates.
Well, I guarantee he's seen this show. I mean, you should check it out. It's really good.
Oh, I'm going to now.
Yeah. Yep. It's on Stars, but it's also on Hulu if you have Hulu. But
Okay. I will probably be checking that out tonight.
yeah. It's good.
So tell us about what's going on at Midnight Run. How are you guys holding up? How are you operating? How are you selling your beer?
So just like everybody else right now, we're to go only, obviously. So it's a pretty big departure from what we were previously. We've got a small tasting room that we would do a lot of draft sales out of, and obviously the health crisis. We've shifted gears and we're to go only. We're selling all of our beers through Crowlers that we're taking orders online through our web store and filling up the day of the pickup anyways, and just kind of moving beer that way. We've been doing all right with it. We've got thankfully we haven't had too many employees that were solely dependent on their position with Midnight Run, so we've been able to kind of weather the storm from that standpoint. So we've got a couple people that are working for us, only one person in the building at a time, filling beers and taking orders. We're making do. We've kind of hit. It was just like for everybody else. The first week or so was kind of like, oh my god, what are we doing right now? Like, we got to get this web store up and running. We got to figure out how we're going to process orders and fill cans. And now we're kind of just grooving with it. And we're still brewing and we're still releasing beers and things like that. So it's not normal, but we're getting used to this this newer normal.
I don't think I've ever seen them anywhere else, but I love the 25-ounce Crowlers that you use. Are still there? Oh,
750
you cut out for a
milliliters.
second.
What's the camera on this? Oh,
It's
you hear
in
me
frame.
now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, we decided that we saw it as an option, and we were like, we're brewing a lot of big beers. We want to give people the option to buy a lesser volume because of the ABV if they want. And I don't know. I personally enjoy it. I mean, cracking open a 32 ounce, regardless of the beer, could be a lot of beer.
Well, especially yours.
Yeah, yeah. I've never not finished a 32 ounce, but um,
I mean, I think so if you do the math, a 32 ounces of a Midnight Run beer equals about a case, right?
a 6-pack.
So what I love about as I said, I'm drinking the Electric Monster Sweet Tart, the raspberry sour. And over the weekend I had the pineapple one.
Yep.
So typically if I have a crowler of a sour, I need to call Graham up and have him stop at my house to drink it because my wife hates sour beer.
Yep.
And I'm a wimp and cannot drink 32 ounces of a beer at the same time. But just having two is perfectly okay, and at least especially now.
Right.
So
Really now, it's a little bit less hard,
So actually, maybe 32 ounces would be fine now. But so I love the 25-ounce ones. I'm surprised more people don't do it. Is there a decent amount of work to switch between the two on a Seamer?
Not really. I mean, we've got the Crowler Nation machine, the Oscar Blues one, whatever, the American Standard machine, and it's really just swapping in a bushing, basically.
Okay.
I mean, you have to have, obviously the cans are shorter. That's the only real difference. But we're able to switch. We fill a 32 and we can switch in 10 seconds to be able to fill and seam a 25. So it's pretty simple.
Now, I would say the only downside to the 25s as opposed to your 32s is that the 25s aren't gold.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't an option. Yeah. It's the way we differentiate between the two. Now, yeah. I mean, if they had the gold ones, maybe they will eventually. But yeah, we would definitely roll with the gold. But we like the size. It's pretty cool. I'm glad that they were available, honestly.
So, did you ever run out, or did you have enough of a supply?
We just made it. Basically, we got a shipment late last week of some more. We ran out of the 32s, the Goldies.
Okay.
But we had some of the 750s left. So we basically our online store went completely to the 25-ounce cans only. But now we're back to filling 32s of beers as well. So we just made it through.
Are you doing delivery at all, or is it all pick up at the brewery?
No, it's all pick up at the brewery. So, we're in that strip mall there. So what people are basically just pulling up their car. It's essentially curbside where they're just like hopping out of their car, running up to the door, grabbing their beer and hopping back in. And, if there's more than one person there at a time picking up, people are just kind of like sitting in their cars until the person in front of them is out of the way. And,
yeah, your location does make it extremely easy to just stop real quick, pick up, and leave easily.
Yep. Easy in and out. You're not competing with too much. I mean, there's really not much going on in that shopping center right now besides us and the Dollar General up the street. I mean, Oscar's is closed down. They shut their doors, just like a lot of other restaurants locally. And
oh, they're not even doing takeout anymore?
No. Yep.
Huh.
Yeah. They were doing. They were doing takeout and they were filling up They got a Crowler machine there too, and they were filling up cans. But I guess they just weren't getting enough in the door to make it worthwhile. But
okay. So tell people, where should people go to order your beer, and what's your address?
Okay, so the website is midnightrunbrewing.square.site. if you go to our website, midnightrunbrewing.com, you can just click the link to our shop and it'll take you right there. It's pretty easy. We got pictures of all of our beers up there, and there's a description of what they all are. Our address is 912 Northeast Street, Frederick, Maryland, 21701. So we're right in the same shopping center as, like I just said, the Dollar General. We're just up the street from Family Meal and from Rockwell on East Street. So
District East, they're still there.
And District East. Yep.
Um,
But yeah, I think, and also if you're interested in finding information about the beers that we have, we post anytime we do a release, even if it's a re-release, we put a photo and a description of the beer on our Instagram and our Facebook. Our website also has a pretty up-to-date list of kind of what we're offering in cans to go, and everything's packaged to go, obviously. So before we had to close the tasting room, there were certain beers that we weren't putting in the Crowlers just because we wanted to maintain the draft volume. But obviously, that's going out the window now.
There are no rules anymore. No rules.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it.
So what are you doing trying to stay sane now?
Oof, just watching TV. And we brought up, my wife and I, we had a baby girl on March 12th, so kind of just before the lockdown happened.
That's bad timing. You should have thought that through a year ago or 9 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. We've had
but congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So we've been, the good thing is my wife, she hadn't been anticipating being home with the baby. So that hasn't changed, but I've been home as well. Our 4-year-old's been home, and I'm still working. So we're learning. We've been learning how to kind of deal with it all. But it's been good. A lot of time with the family, a lot of time in the backyard. Garden's going to be nice this year. Taking care of all those house projects that, just like everybody else is. But
Joshua Lyon said that halftime was on point and the Quantum Curve was really good.
Oh yeah, halftime. So that's a 9.1 double IPA that we released.
One of your light beers.
2 weeks ago. So it's got Vic Secret, Amarillo, and some Cascade in it. It drinks pretty easily for 9.1%. And then the Quantum Suvé is we released a beer called Quantum Leap several months back, 6.4% hazy IPA with Galaxy.
Oh yeah, I guess I should have looked a little more closely instead of trying to rely on my poor vision. That is not say curvy.
Well, whatever. So we liked it so much. It had this awesome kind of malt background to it, some nice fruitiness. We're like, this would probably be pretty good coming out of the barrel. I got to give Rich the credit there. He was like, let's try to put one of these in a barrel. So we put it in a barrel and we pulled it out this past week, and we're really kind of loving how it was a McClintock rye whiskey barrel that we put it in.
Nice.
And we really love how the vanilla and just the oakiness from that barrel kind of added to the overall character, and the whiskey, obviously. It's a really unique flavor combination, but we think it works pretty well.
I just noticed that Graham has the live captioning set up. That's kind of cool.
Are people commenting as we were talking here?
You know what? Who knows? Facebook is the worst. And it's amazing that I saw these 2 comments. There could be more. There might not be. I don't know.
Hey, 2's better than none, though.
Yeah. We try to keep track of that, but like I'll watch it on my phone and I'll see nothing, and then when it's over, I'll look and there'll be a ton of comments of like people asking questions that I just ignored because they're not visible.
I only see 1.
See, so like I see 2, Graham sees 1, so who knows? All right. Well, once again, I'm out. So, but that was really good. I love that.
Good.
So
How have you guys been hanging? How have you guys been hanging in there?
um,
Obviously, you're still doing the show remotely, which is cool.
well, we're still, yeah, you remotely. Graham and I are still in the studio. We were talking today about possibly um, testing to see if I can make this work from home. Um, my kids are driving me and my wife to a much larger extent crazy. Well, she will agree 100%. Because they desperately, I think, want interaction with other kids right now.
Yeah.
And you heard her, at least that you heard the 4-year-old while we were on the phone the other day.
Yeah.
She's insane.
Yeah. Yep. As they are. Yep. As they should be right now. It's crazy.
We were in the middle of a conversation, and Sloan was in the car with me while I was talking to Brent, and Sloan for some reason just yells out, "I can't sleep when I'm not in my bed." And then I didn't hear a word from her again. I look back, she's passed out sawing logs.
Yep.
So she's
Yep.
obviously a liar.
Yeah, exactly. They don't even know. Yeah, my son came out and he was like, "Dad, we're out of lettuce. We're gonna need to get some more lettuce soon. Just wanted to let you know that." All right, thanks, bud.
Well, I mean, at least he's got the lettuce situation in control.
Apparently, apparently he loves lettuce these days. On
That's
top of all the other cookies and everything else, but
our 4-year-old does not stop eating. Like, I don't know. My wife was saying over the weekend, we don't know how she survives when she's at preschool, because it's literally, we'll eat dinner,
yep,
and then 10 minutes later she's screaming that she needs a snack because she's starving.
yep, yep. Is it a ploy to not have to go to bed? Because we get that too. I'm still
No, it's
hungry.
she just wants food. And
Okay.
then, like, my wife will be on a call for work, and Sloan will use that as an opportunity to just raid every possible bit of food while she can't be stopped.
Yep, yep. It's like the get in the hand cookie jar kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, yep, crazy. Yeah,
I mean,
well, I,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I was just gonna talk a little bit about the beers that we have coming up, if that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got we're tonight we're going to be putting the All Together collaboration beer into the Bright Tank and carbonating that, and that may or may not be released this weekend. I don't know about that, but we've got the White Devil coming back out, our Belgian triple following that, and then tomorrow we're getting an Imperial Milk Stout into the fermenter, and on Friday we've got another hazy IPA that we're brewing.
I hear people like those.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, is what it is. I like them too. You know.
I mean, so do I. I'm not. So, did you follow the Altogether recipe exactly, or did you put your own twist on it?
We followed it exactly for the most part. We put some Simcoe Cryo in the dry hop instead of the Simcoe T90s, just because we had it and might as well. It's another half beer. They're all about those cryos and the DDHs and everything. So we threw it in there just because.
Yeah, I'm interested to try all the different versions of it. So far, I've only had Saints Row.
Oh yeah,
Theirs was really good. He tweaked it a little bit. I think Idioms comes out next week. Yeah, I think it's next week. And of course, I mean, he hopped the hell out of it more than what the recipe calls for.
Yeah, that's been pretty cool. Worldwide collaboration. It was cool to participate in it and to service kind of a good cause and you know do a collaboration with some pretty awesome breweries, other half along with all the other guys that are participating around the world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool looking at the website for it where they list everyone that is participating. There are a lot of breweries that are brewing the beer.
yep. I think they said like over 600 breweries or something doing it, and I don't know. It's cool seeing how everyone's taking like their own little tweak on it and adjusting their label art and things like that. It's pretty neat.
And it's for a good cause. Is it the stipulation is 50% of the proceeds have to go towards hospitality
They said
to support
whatever.
hospitality workers?
Yeah, they said whatever you're able to do from a
Oh,
brewery
okay.
standpoint. Like the point is to support the hospitality, the service industry employees that don't have jobs right now because of restaurants are shutting down, bars are shutting down, breweries are operating without tasting rooms. So yeah, a portion of the proceeds is supposed to go towards supporting those people. So yeah, we actually haven't even honed in on. We're obviously going to before we release the beer, but we've got some things that we're talking about doing with it, but haven't picked it yet.
Well, this would be a great segue for me to go into shameless self-promotion mode. And I guess it's not self-promotion since it's for helping people.
Good call.
The have you seen the glassware that we started selling?
I did. I did.
So
It's
so
got the can art on it, or it's like the
the
hexagons that are.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. That one's that's idioms for
Oh,
altogether.
I have
No,
yours in, I guess.
no. So if you go to fullglassfullhearts.com, it'll redirect to the order page on Octavo Designs website where they're who I
Okay.
reached out to design the glassware because they're talented. I am not. And they came up with 3 awesome designs, and 100% of the proceeds for the sales of the glassware are going to go to the downtown Frederick breweries.
Okay.
Um,
What's the website again? I'm sorry, just full glass,
Hearts.com.
full hearts.
And we will have 2 new designs added probably today that Mel from Crafted Crane
Yeah.
does a lot of the can artwork for several breweries. She
Right.
designed 2 glass she did 2 designs. We'll be adding those to the website for people to purchase.
Awesome.
And we're running a pre-order until May 5th, possibly a little longer. And then they should be ready early June, and then people will be able to pick them up at Idiom.
Okay. Cool. I'll have to hop on there and place an order. I just tried looking it up on my phone and it didn't go to the right web address. So I'll try again after we get off here.
All right. If you look on the Uncapped Facebook page, I should probably pin that to the top if I haven't already. It's on there.
Okay. Cool. Hit the link there.
Is there anything else you have that you want to go over?
Not really,
No big events coming up.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, just like all of us, we're all just kind of making do with the situation and doing it one day at a time,
Yeah,
and,
we thought we were really smart recording a bunch of episodes in advance.
yeah,
And then like timing them where people would talk about events that were in the future. And now every time we release one, I have to record an intro to it. Like, yeah, pretty much everything we talk about isn't going to happen now. So enjoy the show.
yeah, yep. That it's a curveball we've all been thrown,
Yeah.
so we're making do with it. But we really appreciate everything that you do for the local craft beer scene. So,
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
for you having me on here and for you drinking some Midnight Run and involve all of our customers and fans that have been kind of supporting us as well as the other local breweries. during this time. So, we're certainly proud of the beer that we're making, and we're glad that, it meets a need for people during this time when sometimes, life is so stressful and anxiety riddled that having a beer at the end of the day is kind of what brings us all back to some semblance of calm, a little bit of peace.
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
Definitely helps.
Yep.
And if you're doing it out of a pimp chalice, it really helps.
Exactly. It makes you feel even better about it.
All right, man. Thank you for the delicious beers.
Yeah.
And thank you for your time. You and Richard and the team stay safe, and we'll have to, once this all clears up, let's get together and do like a full episode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Thanks a lot, Chris. Cheers, man.
Thank you. Cheers.